Okie dokie. I actually didn't know Black Phone was based on a book written by Joe Hill, who I also found out is the son of Stephen King, which I'll try not to mention too much as respect for Mr. Hill. I actually didn't have that many expectations when I first saw this trailer. I usually skipped them anyway because I like going in blind, but the more I saw it appear in my YouTube ads, the more intrigued I got by this movie. So, let's just talk about it. Some spoilers ahead. Basic synopsis: Finney and Gwen Blake are two normal kids living in a normal suburb dealing with normal things like bullies and crushes. However, a number of missing posters have started to populate the notice boards, and rumors of a mysterious man nicknamed the Grabber plagues the gossip of middle school hallways. Tranquility is soon broken as Finney becomes the next victim of our Grabber, locked inside a room with nothing but a bed, a toilet, and a black phone that has had its line cut. A black phone that won't stop ringing. You probably already know there's a supernatural element, with both Finney and Gwen seemingly having what I would describe as some sort of psychic ability. Gwen is able to see visions in her dreams that show her little bits of information about the kidnappings, and Finney is able to talk to dead kids through the titular black phone. You could argue that these may not actually be abilities they have. They do lay down some reasoning, with Mommy Blake also seeing and hearing things that made her unfortunately take her own life. But it all seems to only surround the kidnappings, and the Grabber is also able to hear the ring of the black phone, which makes you wonder, does he also have some sort of psychic ability, or is it just the phone itself that contains the supernatural properties? I'm reminded of stories like It and The Shining, who also give their characters some sort of ethereal connection to the unknown. It's honestly just a very interesting part of the movie. It plays extremely well in building tension throughout this watch. We're constantly just watching Finney try escape after escape with the aid of his ghostly predecessors, and I'm breaking out into a cold sweat worrying about when that door is going to open. It's nerve-wracking rooting for poor Finney as I stress over what could go wrong. Like, how smart is our kidnapper? We already saw how he can lay traps. Is he faking routines as well? While Finney is digging around the floors and the walls, all it takes is for one open door to have our naughty boy caught red-handed. And I have to praise the Grabber as well, or Ethan Hawke as he refers to himself when he's not driving after school hours. The movie built up the initial kidnapping really well, having us recognize his mode of transport as a black van. All it takes is for the sound of someone driving down the road to just make me tense up. The Grabber himself is also such a menacing figure. I love seeing how he plays around with his mask, being able to swap between a happy and a sad piece to show what his mood is. You can also tell he's at least smart enough to get away with keeping 5 children missing, and there's multiple times where he tries to get his victims to slip up, like with the unlocked door and asking for their name. When it pans over to him sitting at the top of the stairs, half naked with a belt in his hand, that was genuinely terrifying. He's just waiting there, hoping you grab onto that false sense of hope that he sprinkles in at every moment. There's also a few good jump scares as well, mostly from the dead children appearing out of nowhere to guide our main characters. Like, look, I get you're trying to help, but please, for the love of Christ, just stop scaring me, my god. They are a really good reminder of what happens if Finney was to make a mistake, and I really did enjoy how all their words of advice just came together in that final climax. The music also helps to build that tension. You definitely notice it when you're locked inside a quiet basement. I found the soundtrack to be really good, maybe at times a little intrusive, but I actually liked that aspect of it. It felt like a constant reminder that at any time the Grabber could just come in and cut any attempts of freedom short. I also want to mention what I thought was kind of a funny scene when Gwen is trying to see more visions after the kidnapping of her brother. She's praying to Jesus over and over to help her find out where poor little Finney is, and when she's at her lowest, she just starts to question if Jesus is even real or not, and that made me laugh harder than the scene wanted from me. It's a super serious moment. It wasn't played for laughs, but seeing a little girl start to become a little bit atheist was just really amusing for me for some reason. And back to Finney, because the story is mostly about him learning to finally stand up for himself and develop the confidence he needs to get out of a sticky situation. He starts off being bullied, only protected by his friend Robin, who really knows how to leave people bloody and bruised. There is quite a lot of blood spurting out of these little kids. I don't know why that stood out to me. I never seen someone bleed so profusely in a movie before, but I also haven't been in a fight as well. I guess that's what happens when you hit someone over the head with a rock. Anyway, Robin does become the 5th victim before Finney, and we see him get bullied again now his bodyguard is not there to protect him. It's actually really nice to see Finney and Robin get reunited through the black phone. Robin looking out for Finney again and helping him to protect himself when he's no longer there to do so. I was genuinely invested in their relationship. I was really sad when I realized that Robin has something in common with his dear father again. They both won't be coming home. Black Phone really knew how to keep me glued to the screen, whether it was the tension pulling me to the edge of the seat or the actual heartfelt characters that gave brilliant performances. Nothing like a little childhood trauma to make us bond with each other, am I right? Every aspect of this movie really came together to make such a gripping experience, and I'm glad I didn't listen to my initial thoughts and skip this one. I had actual goosebumps while sitting in the cinema, and I hope you can all share the same feelings as well. Thanks for watching, we'd love to see your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more content, let me know if there's anything you'd like me to cover. I like to talk about anything that interests me. That's all I want to say, I hope you all have a good rest of your day.